Hey everyone, we're back, day 3 of fundraising. Thank you guys so much for all of those who've already given to the campaign. We're seeing hundreds of dollars roll in, and so I'm really, really excited. Again, this is day 3. We've made it this far, and we're going to keep pressing forward. But I wanted to give you guys some more information about why and how ORU has absolutely rocked my life. Today, we're talking about global perspective, the way that God has shifted the way that I view the world and the way I view his people while I've been here at ORU. Today I'm rocking all of my ORU missions gear, Where's My Ground, ORU missions on the cap, and I'm just super excited to tell you about some of that. And so ORU's afforded me opportunities to serve all over the world as well as the United States, whether on Model United Nations trips or missions trips or internships or local outreaches. I've learned so much about the world around me. Kind of ORU has been really a diverse place for me to kind of test everything about myself, to hang out with people from Europe and Asia and all over the world, and just being able to have one-on-one conversations with people that come from a completely different background. I'm personally from Boston, Massachusetts, huge fan of all New England sports and all everything New England, but when I came to Tulsa, Oklahoma, thousands of miles from home, and I'm just like, man, like everything's different. It was definitely a culture shock, not just being in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but also being surrounded by people from all around the world, and they just really spoke into my life and gave me opportunities to speak into theirs and to see what their culture had to offer and to actually get to visit some of their countries. I've been to Italy and Toronto, Canada, as well as in Israel my freshman year, and just being able to serve in all those different capacities and seeing God move. Even my freshman year I went to Minnesota to serve with an organization called One Hope, and it just wrecked my heart for the Somali community in Minnesota, as well as just the inner city of Minneapolis. I've just been able to just travel across the United States, just giving God my best as often as I could. And so I have friends from over 10 nations. If I'm conservative, I would say that number is probably closer to 30. At ORU's campus, we've got about 90 nations, or maybe even 100 by this point, represented on campus. And so every day I get to interact with these international powerhouses who want to see their countries change, who want to work in government or work in business or work in law, and just being able the hands and feet of Jesus, as well as being the hands and feet of change, just the conduits of this ridiculous dream that God has placed in their heart. And I've also been able to kind of foster these relationships into a place where we can look at each other truly as brothers and sisters and say, hey, what can I do for you? And what can you do for me? That we might be able to partner in the greater scheme of things. And so that's been incredible. I've also been able to share meals with people from all different walks of life, whether it's just catching food in our cafeteria or going off campus or even visiting them in their countries and being able to just share a meal with their families and really dive deep into what their family needs and what we need here in America and how we can work together. And that's been just eye-opening and just a breakthrough for me. I've really gained the ability to just relate to anyone and utilizing relationships and using our incredible facilities at ORU and just being able to expand my reach. We have a global learning center here at ORU where we can dive into technology and to learning from all walks of life, from everywhere, from here to Hong Kong and Hong Kong to Tanzania and Tanzania to the ends of the earth. And it's just been so cool to be able to just dive into those opportunities. We have incredible speakers that come to ORU, and they've just wrecked the way that I view this global perspective, the way that you in fact impact the world and how the world impacts you. Kind of while I was on a trip to Turin, Italy, they call it Torino, I was working with a church called MCE, and I met people from literally all over the world. This church is just a hotbed of international people that don't necessarily come from Italy. They came from all over Europe, and a lot of them came from South America, all positioned and poised in this church to change Turin for the better. And they're working in inner city ministries, rural ministries. They're doing things, inviting people to the city and bringing the city to the church, and it's just been incredible the way that they've been able to serve. And so my missions team got to go there and serve alongside them, whether it was painting or doing one-on-one ministry, feeding the homeless. I mean, you name it, we did it, and it was incredible. I was heartbroken for the people of Turin. And then this last year I helped to co-lead a trip to Toronto in Canada, and it was, I mean, remarkable. Just working side by side with people that give their life to Christ and give their life to the vision and mission of serving people in Toronto. And just even in that, it's really opened who I am to what God might want to do internationally through me. And so that's been awesome. These people I work with have come alongside me in my dreams and my effort, but they've also prayed with me and worshiped with me and laughed with me, and most of the time even cried with me as we go forward and seek God's kingdom. And I've been afforded the opportunity to gain a global family who, like me, aim to see the world become a better place. None of that would be possible without ORU. Today, I stand a product of a global university who stands firm in its quest to bring healing to the world. And whether it's in medicine or in science or in business or literary works or even the supernatural, we're moving forward and we're taking ground for the kingdom of God as well as for the people around us. So I end this video with a question. Will you help me continue to press forward in my globalization, in my practice, into my pursuit of education, my pursuit of changing the world, my pursuit in gaining the tools and knowledge available here at ORU to take it abroad to this world? Will you please consider partnering with me, making a donation today, and together we can bring healing to this world? Thank you.